Hey, we're back again. Sorry about all this. The phone started ringing. Everything started going crazy. Yeah, it was a little nutty. Let me get myself here so I can see you all. All right. Now I can see the project. I am so sorry about that. Again, when you're on an iPhone, there's no problem. If somebody calls you, decline it, it doesn't interrupt your broadcast. Apparently that's not the case here. So everybody was texting me, everybody was trying to call me, and it was making a mess of my signals, so I could not restart my live. It just disappeared on me. So we're back. We're going to finish this up. We're going to keep working. Thank you for those who come back. I appreciate it. Honestly, it's like, I swear I do things to make my own life harder. All right, so we're going to do pink tie-dye. I think we're going to do that one. We'll do that right there. I like that shape. So let's see if I can get most of this just laid down with my finger. And then we'll fill it in. That should work just fine right there. Look how pretty that pink camo is. Pink tie-dye is. This is one of my favorites. I've used it on a lot of projects. Oh, goodness gracious. So let's see how we got there. Oh yeah, that looks terrific. Get a little spot right there. So I hope you all are working on some fun Easter projects too. I hope you have some great Easter plans. I think we'll probably be pretty quiet at our house. My sister-in-law lives very far away, and so it'll probably just be my husband and my son and me doing Easter this year again. But we always have a nice Easter, just the three of us. So I love that. I love that pink dye so much. And again, I think, let's see, what do I want to come back in there with? What haven't I used over here? So maybe we'll come in and use the coral again right there. Well, I've got so many colors here, so before I start repeating stuff, let's see if I can use everything that's pink and whatnot up first. So there we've got pink flower power. Really pretty pattern. And how perfectly Eastery, springy this is. And if you don't celebrate Easter, well, it's just a spring decoration too. But I love pinks and oranges and purples and reds and stuff to make really pretty spring decor. Oh, that looks great there. And I think what we will do is we'll take that carbon fiber purple that was right there and use it again right here in between. I think that's a great filler for right there since we've already used it once. Hey Cindy, glad to see you back. Hey Maddie. Yeah, you all know me. If it's paint, I'm good. But if it's technical, it takes me a little while to figure out. And the new camera system, yeah, I'm challenged. I own it. I'm challenged. We are not going to be using any turquoise on this because I have literally grabbed the packet of foils that's the pinks, our sample packet of foils that are the pinks, the oranges, the reds, and the purples. So I haven't really got any purples up in this area. So why don't we do the purple leopard right in here? I think that would be a really sharp looking. Get a little contrast going in here. Since I have all this purple right down there, let's pick up some other colors here. All right. Ooh, that looks good. need a little more aggressive release. These little stripy spots like this, they are not easy to get whether or not you're doing them with your finger or if you're doing them with a scrub brush. That's a little tiny detail that likes to be stubborn. So have some patience, be willing to go back over it. And as I said, we use the Artsyville foil adhesive on this, and it's been sitting on here for over a week, because the last time you saw me try it, it was ice cold in here, and I could not get a good release on this to save myself. So I stopped trying. We put it away until we had heat again. Now we've got heat, and look at all this great release that I'm getting. Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. I am so happy. So, I think we've got our purple tie-dye. Where do I feel like putting that? Maybe we'll put the purple tie-dye in here. And again, I'm sort of cutting the shape with my fingernails as I go. See, I have my purple fingernails for the Easter egg look. So let's come in and do that right in there and see if I can give it a little scrub. And come back over the edge with my fingers again, just to see if I can get a nice, at least well-shaped release, even if it's not going to be perfect. Ooh, that looks good. Oh, that tie-dye looks so good on here. I mean, seriously, look how great this is starting to look. And all the little pieces and parts are starting to come together. And as that happens, it gets easier. Now this is Odell, and it reads kind of purpley blue. So let's have a little fun and put that someplace like here. Now, since it's translucent, when we send this to you, we always put pieces of tape on the side that doesn't go down to the adhesive. But it's also, if you're familiar with it, the side that looks a little brighter, a little more iridescent, is actually the side that goes to the adhesive. But we always try to help you get the right side down, because it's nothing's more frustrating than doing this and suddenly finding you've got the wrong side stuck to the glue. Oh gosh, so frustrating. And again, I am not going for perfect. If I wanted perfect, first of all, I'd have to be way more OCD than I am. Second, I have to cut these to fit each shape perfectly, and yeah, that's not gonna. Ooh, that came out great. Look how sharp that looks over that pink. Oh, I really, really like that. So I'm gonna take it and come down here and use a little more of this on here. Make sure I get some more use out of this, because I really like how kind of rainbowy it looked. I really, really like that pinky purple iridescence that I got out of that on over the pink. I've never released this over pink before, so I'm really excited to see how well it looks. Wow. Very, very pretty. That is really super pretty. Maybe I need to come back in here and touch up a few spots that turning the wreath showed me need a little more attention. But I'd say this is a wow over pink. I am very impressed with how good this looks over pink. It was literally a crapshoot on this, because I usually do it over a darker color because that will always look good. But darn, that looks good over the pink. Really, really good. Really, really happy with that. Catch a little edges here in case I miss something. Ooh, that looks so good over the pink. So good. Okay, let's come in here with some orange. Let's do that one right here. Color is called Bittersweet. It is a matte orange, really pretty. Again, this one I can tell is a slightly thicker film, so it would benefit from a little scrubbing with the brush, not just my fingers. Oh, that's really nice. That's really nice. Really like that. And it's a great contrast to the other colors. Let's see, what have I got here? I have red glitter stars. So let's come up here and do a red glitter stars. Now I find red glitter stars releases the best over a really smooth surface. I don't think it always looks great over textury, but this is pretty good. This is pretty good. Gives that sort of glittery look, which is what I wanted. I'm happy with that. Let's see if I have any questions that I'm missing. Purple, what is the name of that one? Purple carbon fiber is this one, or it's lavender carbon fiber. This one is grape soda. We have a lot of purples. We have the purple tie-dye. Let's see, what else have I got here? What haven't I used yet? We have orange confetti. Haven't used that one yet, so let's put that on something here. Now I get to kind of fill in since I've gotten the big ones already figured out. Oh, that looks terrific. I like that. I like that. All right, I'm going to use the magenta on this one because it's a big egg and I want some pow out of it. We were getting a little bit one-toned here because of all the medium-toned, light-toned pinks. So I want to kind of put a little punch in right here. That looks sharp. That looks really, really good. All right, let's see, what do we have left? Oh, we have burgundy. So let's come in here with, no, I don't want the burgundy there. What do I want there? That's all purple. Maybe I do want a burgundy. Let me see what I've got left that I haven't used. So I have burgundy. I have, oh, here we go, rose gold. There's one I haven't used. There are 25 different samples in one of these packets, so you have a lot of options to play with. Oh, that rose gold's so pretty. Again, slightly thicker mounting film. So I like to go back in, give it a little scrub with a fingernail, catch up any spot I might miss. Give it a good rub with my finger. So yeah, it's stuff like this is part of the reason I barely have fingerprints anymore. I rub so much stuff with my fingers, I've literally started to wear my fingerprints off. Okay, and then let us, I think we'll do, let's bring the burgundy up here. I think that would be really nice right in here. Oh yeah, that looks great. So now I have literally 2 eggs left. I'll see if I have any foils that I haven't yet used. And if I have used everything, then I'll come back in and figure out what's going to give the most impact in the spots that I have left and available. So let's see, I think we'll use the magenta down in here because I have literally used every other foil already at least once. Just come back in and fill in the spots a little bit. And then let's see, we got one here. And use coral twice. Checking everything to make sure it's been used at least once. And I think we're going to do the orange here because that'll be, again, a little bit of a pow right there. Okay, a little more right there. So we now have our wreath completed, but as you notice that it is not 100% coverage. That's the nature of the beast. So what we're going to do is we're going to get another mica powder and we're going to backfill this in a little bit. Give me just a sec to grab one over here. And just like we did with the twinkle powder on the candle, we're going to do this. We're going to do, again, what's called flash gilding, which is taking a mica powder or a metallic powder and using it to fill in any sticky spots. This one, we're going to use a color from Sep Leaf called Mayan Gold. It's a really nice, bright yellow gold. Now, once again, I'll remind everybody, when you're doing this at home, put a mask on. You don't want to inhale mica powder. But what they're going to do here is this is just going to fill in all the sticky spots and give a nice metallic glow to the whole thing wherever stuff is not covered with foil. And it'll look messy until I come back and dust it. I love how this works. And it really, again, this way, if you don't want to, you can top coat this after this is done, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. This will seal up any of the little sticky spots. It will give you a nice metallic sheen. And if you want, you can use a whole bunch of different color mica powders. You don't have to stick with one. But quite frankly, I had enough drama choosing all the foil colors and where they were going to go. I didn't want to choose more mica powders and figure that out too. I just want this to have a beautiful golden glow on it wherever there might be any exposed adhesive. And this is just a cheap makeup brush. I think this is a Wet n Wild, Wet n Wild blush brush. So you don't have to use any fancy expensive brushes. You can use really inexpensive ones. As a matter of fact, you feel that I use the cheaper ones sometimes are better for stuff like this because you can tell my bristles get kind of beat up. And if I paid a lot of money for it, I'd be really annoyed that I was ruining my brush. But this is cheap, so I don't have any guilt on it. Okay, so what I've done now is I have coated everything, the whole surface, with a little mica powder. And then I'm going to take, I just happen to have this cheesecloth sitting here. I'm just going to dust the whole thing. And so any place that looked a little splotchy before now has metal on it. And it gives it a more complete look. It'll catch light really nicely. As you can see, where the foil grabbed it, it grabbed onto the adhesive. It didn't change the color. It just filled in all those little tiny broken spots. And that's a great thing to have when you have a coarse surface, because these frames, this wreath is very inexpensive. I told you, I paid $5 for it. So that means the surface is likely to do a little texturing when you put paints and stuff on it. It might get a little texture that you have to sand down, and then you put the foil adhesive on it and you get more texture, and then you have all this little ridge work to deal with. So putting the metal powder on here, the metal mica powder on here is so pretty. Look how awesome that looks. I love this. So I'm going to set that one to the side. So we finished 2 projects today. And we're going to lift the camera up. Sorry, you're going to see me like this. And we're going to start something new. This is a candle chandelier. You can see it's got a little hook on it. Wrought iron that I bought forever and a half ago. I mean, it's got to be 20 years old. And I thought actually we lost it in the house fire. And I just found it in the basement yesterday when I was cleaning out stuff. So I'm happy to see that we have it. And we're going to use it and do some wonderful stuff with our Roberson's paints. And we're going to use the Whitson's primer on it because, well, because we can, but also because this is not a great surface to paint on as it is. It's old, it's destroyed. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with everything on here, but I know I need to clean it. So what I have in here is denatured alcohol. So the first thing I'm doing is getting in and just dusting it. And I don't want to use water because there's some exposed metal spots. Really, if I was really concerned, I might use a rust inhibiting primer, but I think this thing is so old. I just want to make it look cute and then hang it out in my backyard. So if it rusts up in a couple years, I don't care. But I want to hang it in the trees in my backyard and have some artificial candles in here because, you know, you don't want real candles while you hang stuff from trees. That's a bad idea. And it's going to be an interesting thing. I'm going to have to figure out the camera angle so that you can see me start the priming, because this is more than a little awkward. Let's see if, does that work? Let's see if I turn it on inside, if that works better and you can see it a little, well, you can see it a little better. This is the weirdest shape ever to start with, but we're going to work with this. I've cleaned it out. I'm not worrying about the insides of these, the candle holders, because I did actually burn candles on them, but they burned down in here. But I have a few waxy spots like right here that I kind of have to try to get the wax off of, because as you know, paint does not adhere to wax. So I got to see if I can get the wax off and then paint over it. And we're going to do all kinds of colors and cool stuff with this. I really don't know how it's going to go out. I'm just playing with it as we go. Let's see how we got in here. Oh, yes. So this is one of the challenges. Right here, I hope you can see this, right here is the one of these, one of the little funnel cups that it was not sealed properly at the bottom, and the wax burned down in here and ran out around this seal onto my surface. And as you can see, I'm scraping the wax off, and so wax has to be removed. Paint doesn't stick to normal wax. I know some of these companies say that, oh, you can paint right over wax. Well, no, not candle wax. This is not a modified carnauba that some of them are. That's not a water wax. This is freaking candle wax. So we have to deal with that. Fortunately, it only seems to be in that one spot. All the others worked really well. But, well, it's not, there's a lie. Here's another spot that it leaked. So I chip, and then I go back with denatured. really, and I will share this with you, but I won't do this with the denatured on here. For something like metal, I could use a degreaser, or I could use a match and warm the wax up and wipe it down, which I've done many times, and then I go in with crud cutter or denatured alcohol or goof off or goo gone or something like that. You really want to get wax off. Wax will not help any project. If you've got a wax piece of furniture, you got to get that wax off. And by the way, I can sand this to try to get wax off because it's not wood and it's not porous, but do not sand waxed wood and think you're removing the wax. What you're doing is putting the wax deeper into the grain of the wood, unless you've sealed it with like a polyacrylic underneath. Oh, that's working. That's getting it off nicely on here. Still gonna have to wipe it down again with the alcohol. But wax is one of those things. Wax is the final coat, and wax does not like anything going over it. And wax must be removed if you're going to paint over it. All right, that got most of that wax off. Yay! Oh, that worked really, really well. All right, so I have to watch to see which one of these you can see me working on, because it's not easy for me to see in the camera. And let me find my primer. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Did I put it away so well that I can't find it? Probably. That's a perfectly good thing I do. Oh, here it is, back where I need it. Okay. Again, we're using Whitson's high adhesion primer, superior adhesion primer. I'm actually going to take a little of this. This is the Whitson's product. I'm going to take a little of this, put it in a cup, and tint it darker gray, since I don't have their gray here yet. Let me go and get a cup. Thank you for sticking with me. Where is, there we go. Thank you to everyone who's sticking around for this. I'm going to adjust my hands and the angles you're about to see, but I want you to all to be able to see a little better what I'm doing. That should help, I hope. Let's see what we get. That's way better. There you go. This is an awkward piece in an awkward shape. So getting anything that makes it possible for you to really see can be a challenge. Let's get some of my garbage out of the way. Over to the other side. Here is my little cup. Now, I'm not going to need a ton of this product because I'm not working with a huge surface, but I do want a super high bonding primer because, again, it's a great place for me to test. All right, there's that. Grab a mixing stick out of my cup over here. And we're going to take this. So you can, let's see if I can get it so you can see what I'm doing. Here we go. I'm going to put a little black in here. This is Faux Effects Faux Cream Color in black. And I am tinting my primer so that it's darker, which will work better with the metallics that I want to put over here. I can put metallics over white. I just like a deeper color with metallics. So now I'm tinting this gray because I think I'll like the way the metallics read over this better. And this will not affect the bonding properties of it. Because there's acrylics in here, it will help. It will just do more to keep it bonded. I don't want to put too much in here because I don't want to alter it too much. But I often tint white primers into the color family that I need. Now, if you all are asking questions and I'm not seeing them, forgive me. I've now put myself out of reach of the camera to see the questions. Okay, so we've got this nice tinted gray, beautiful to work with primer. And let's see. Oh, thank you, Maddie. Hey, Christina and Cindy and Lynette, thank you for popping by. All right, I need a brush. I need a brush. Give me a brush. Now I'm working with a small brush here. As you can see, I'm working with small brush because I have a lot of small surface to work with. So we're going to start, let's see. We're going to start right in here. This is grabbing very nicely on here. Again, I am not going inside these little flutes that the candles go into because I've already had candles in here. There's a lot of wax inside here, and that's not what I need to test. I need to work on the outside surfaces. And this is grabbing on here beautifully. No challenge on this at all, especially since I cleaned it really well. Look how that primer, that superior adhesion primer, is grabbing. I can't wait to get this product in so I can share it with all of you. It's coming soon. They're making it for us as we speak. Now, this is not a rust inhibiting primer. That's not the same thing. Frankly, this thing is so old, if it rusts, I don't care. I am using it to test the bonding primer to see how well it holds up. And again, certain surfaces are hard to bond. This is a cheap powder-coated twisted metal. I'd call it wrought iron, but I'm not even sure it's iron. It's so light, it's probably like aluminum or something. And it's very old. So I'm looking to make sure that it grabs onto here well so that when I apply my paints over the next layer, over this layer, that I have great bond. And I will be rolling this around to get all the surfaces. I will probably stop with everything that I can reach at one point because I'm going to have to turn it, and then I'm going to have to turn it onto a surface that's wet. And I really don't want to do that. That'll make a mess when I want to paint the colors on it. But look how well that covers. I mean, so well. We have some experts that I have been sending samples out to, and they're doing testing on this for me. So far, the feedback has been really nice, so I'm very happy with this. Now, this product needs to dry between 3 to 6 hours. For those who remember, who used Faux Effects Primetch, this is the product that I am recommending, and you all know how much I love my Primetch. Primetch is no longer being made. It's been discontinued. So I went on a hunt for another high bonding primer. The only thing this isn't is clear. if you need a clear high bonding primer, the only one I can recommend with any confidence at all is XIM, which is solvent based, meaning it's going to stink, but it will bond if you need a clear high bonding primer. This is water based. It's super easy to spread, super easy to clean up. You know, a couple of my happy things. Easy to use, easy to clean. All right, we're going to turn it this way. So I can get a couple other edges here. And then I'm going to have to walk away from it for the night so that it can dry enough for me to get the rest of it without doing any damage. I think this is going to, I have wanted to do this. I literally thought we lost this when the house burned last year. It had been in the basement forever, and it was unearthed this weekend as we were finally going through some of the last piles of crap from the move, and it just appeared, and I thought, oh, it's perfect. I can have my outdoor candle chandelier this summer. It's going to hang in the trees over our table. I'm so excited. I've wanted this for forever, and I was so bummed that this got lost because we didn't have a place to use it in the other house, so it had been put away. Now I have it back. We have trees that hang over the table I can hang this from. It's going to look so sharp. All kinds of different colors, beautiful metallics. Who knows what else I'll do to it? Maybe I'll string some crystals or something from it. I really annoy my husband with this because he is not a crystally, ornate chandelier kind of guy. So he's going to feel like, really, Maury? You're going to put that out there? Yes, I am, and you're going to love it. That poor guy. Sometimes he has to put up with so much stuff from me. He's always said since the day we were married, all the decorating stuff is on me. I said, all right. And then we got to the point where he was like, I don't love all these pillows on the bed. And I said, well, you left the decorating to me. That's what you got. Of course, we have all the pillows on the bed, not for decoration now, but for the dogs, so that they have their perfect nesting spots. My dogs happen to have decided they like down pillows with embroidery and beads on them. Yeah, that's all I can tell you. All right, look at how nicely this is grabbing on here. Oh, I am so pleased. I'm so pleased, so impressed. The stuff doesn't always grab, especially on metal. You can have stuff like this that just looks like it's grabbing and then doesn't. It'll peel off. We're going to test this tomorrow morning, but I am very confident that it is not going to peel off, that it is going to grab on here, and we're going to have a spectacular bond with this. Yes, 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 yes. All right, let me turn it this way so I can get the butt end of this. I'm going to get every part of this that I can while on camera. If you're bored watching me paint primer, I'm sorry. It's all part of the job. Hi, Diana. Nice to see you here. And Lynette, thank you. All right, we're going to get the last little bits of everything. I know you won't be able to see everything I'm doing because this is such a weird piece. It's like tomorrow I'm going to have to put the camera up on a pedestal even higher than the stand is so that you can see what I'm doing. But we're going to have so much fun with this, I think. All kinds of colors. And as a matter of fact, while you're watching me do this priming, if you have color suggestions, throw them out there. We're going to put them in the hopper and see what works. Okay. and this spreads really well. It levels really nicely. And for those who don't know, this is actually a sandable primer. So if you need something super, super smooth, you can sand this primer after 2 coats and get a really nice velvety smooth finish. It's another thing I like about this. This is a little like painting into an octopus's butt, if I'd ever painted into an octopus's butt in my life. But that's the visual that I'm getting as I'm painting this, the back end, the bottom end of this. All right, everybody, I'm going to have to, flip the camera this way. Sorry for the thumb in here. I'm going to have to let this dry for a while so that I can put this down and finish priming the rest of this tonight. And then tomorrow we'll come back and we'll be working on beautiful colors and everything with this. I hope you all have a great evening. Thank you for coming back, especially after I didn't know what I was doing with the camera and managed to cut us all off. And I hope you had a good time with the wreaths and all our cute other Easter decorations that we're working on. Definitely the candle, I think, was super successful. And we'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a good one. Talk to you later, everybody. Bye.